Can you see my screen now?
Yep,
Okay.
there's only 9 people today.
Hmm. Some issue with this machine today. Accessibility showing still not able to connect this machine. Maybe there's some issue with the machine. If this doesn't work, we'll create new then.
You have to create a new one.
If this doesn't work, as of now, just restarting it so that
Mm-hmm. Abhishek, question.
yeah, tell me.
Let's say you work in a company
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna work on your own portal or their portal.
Pardon?
So let's say you work in a company
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna work on your own portal, right?
No, why own portal? Company's portal will be working in.
Our company portal, okay.
Yeah.
If you work from remotely, also you're gonna work in the company portal, right?
Yes, company portal only.
With some settings, properties. Yes.
Let's create a new one. No, we create here
So
only.
you have to delete the old one, right?
I will do it later. No worries.
Yes.
If we go and troubleshoot, it will take whole class. What happened to it? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So we created a new VM here. As of now, there will be nothing. This VM, dual and LS. So yesterday we are seeing user addition. Azure user. So let's switch to root user. Sudo hyphen user add. This is the command for adding a user. So user add say
Abhishek,
Mhm.
yeah. Hi. So, what are we are covering today? Is it like Unix only?
Linux only. Actually, till yesterday we have completed some commands like creating tar, zip, and all those things. Today just some commands for user administration like user add, user delete, and all those. And apart from that, we'll start with shell scripting.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm. CD. Let's go to etc. Let's go to we do here. Is that file shadow? So actually, whatever the users we are adding, so by default, there are these things are created like user home directory, etc password. Now this etc password is a file which contains username of that user. etc shadow contains the password. Then etcg, the group belongs to that user. Okay, all those will be created, and you will get all those things here inside etc. So just checking that file where it is created. etc. So, group P. Can you see the user? Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A user Jitendra is created here. Okay. And this etc password file which I opened, like uh, I did a cat and passwd. This file contains the username. This is the username. Now, if I go to one more file, etc shadow, there is a shadow file here. So shadow file will be containing the password of that user. So where's the shadow file? S shadow. Can you see this shadow?
Half
second.
second.
Yeah,
Top one.
yeah. So if
Mhm.
you,
Half a second.
yes, shadow. Hmm.
last.
Yes. Okay. So like all these, what you are seeing is like system user password, Azure user password, then all those. Very first, you will see the root user. Okay. And then before that, you will be seeing all the users here, which be displayed. So this is that file, password file, where you are seeing all the users. And this is the shadow file where you are seeing the shadow. Okay, sorry, passwords. Now these passwords are encrypted. Okay, so that's why you are seeing as of now like 19649 and :0:999. These passwords are encrypted. So what happens whenever a user logs in? So how we can log into this machine using Jitendra user, and Jitendra will be using that SSH key pair file to log into this machine, and later on Jiten can set the password for himself. Okay, as we logged in using that key pair, as of now we have not set the password for Azure user or either the root user, but we can set that. So whatever people you will be adding here, they will be going to add over here in this file. If you do user add Pankaj, and now you do cat password. So see, after Jitendra, a new user Pankaj is added to the system. And it is starting from 1000. Can you see this Azure user was 1000. The group ID, the user ID was 1000. Then the Jitendra user ID was 1001. Then Pankaj user ID is 1002, 1002, user and group ID. Now what happens by default before 1000, it is for system use. Before 1000, it is for system use. Okay. So if you can see this SSHD, you can see 109, TCP DUMP 108, UUIDD 107, syslog 104, 102, 101, 100. So all these are for system use. All these are for systems use. So before 1000 till 999, it will be for system use. You can see this 999 system use. From starting 1000, it will be normal user, for normal user 1000, 1001, and all those things. So you can add user like this. Okay. Now, by default, when you add a user will get a home directory. Okay. And he will be added into password. He will be having you can say a password in the shadow file, all those things. And only root user can add all the users and all. Okay. And starting, this is the UID. What you are saying is 1002, 1001. All these are UIDs, user IDs. Okay. So starting UID is 1000 for normal user. Now you can also set the attributes for a user. Now, what are the attributes? What are the attributes? Attribute means minimum password age, maximum password age, last password change, password expiry, password inactive, account expiration. You can set all these things using one command called chage, that is change command. So if you type like chage and you type Pankaj, see, it will give you the options. Minimum password age. So 90 days is the limit. So let's set it for 90. Maximum password age. Let's do it 90 as well. Then last password change. So you can give date. Okay. So like say, let's give this only 2023 10/19. Password expiration warning. So 14. Password inactive. So by default, it is -1, means they are not giving any default days. Like for warning, minimum 7 days they are giving. Then minimum password age 0 days they are giving. Maximum password age 99999, all those things. Here they are not giving. -1 means they are not giving anything. So you cannot set this. Okay. Account expiration date. So account expiration date you can give, like means say account should be expired in like
Abhishek, what was that password expiration date? Bracket 7. What does that mean? You are saying something I did not understand.
yeah, so 7 it was showing, right? So before expiring the password, before 7 days, it will give you a warning. Okay, I am setting it to 14 days.
Okay.
So that's why I've given 14.
So inactive -1, that we cannot set, you are saying. What is that?
Inactive, yeah, sometimes like your password may be inactive. Okay, means say 90 days limit is passed and you have not changed your password. So in that case, it will bring up to
Expired.
password inactive mode.
Okay.
Okay. So by default, we cannot set any limit for that. That's why it is given -1. So you cannot set over there anything.
Okay.
Okay.
But
So
to activate password or something, it will ask.
yeah, you have to reach out to the admin.
Okay.
Okay. He can only do that. So what he will do, he will go to the shadow file, and shadow file contains the password, right? And there he will perform some task, and then you will be able to access. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So password inactive and then account expiration date. So whatever expiration date you set, say some user is added for 3 months. So you can set expiration date after 3 months. So after 3 months, user will get expired. Okay, all these things. So you can set. So with the chage command, that is change command.
We did not create any password, right? So like only we created.
No, we did not create any password. Whatever password system creates by default is stored in shadow file, and that too in the encrypted format. And what you can do, like since Pankaj is a user, so what I
Okay.
can do, I can share that PPK file to Pankaj. He will connect using the PPK file to the system, and he can set his own password.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. In that portal, right? After he connects.
Yes. Now, as you have created this, you can also create a group. if you can create a group here, so there is a command called group add. Say I want to create a group called DevOps. Okay, so the group is created now. Now let's see over there. Let's check. Password. User group. Can you see somewhere? What is that? System is there, user landscape, syslog. SSHD is there, TCP dump system. Can you see the group here?
Yes, sir. At the end.
Yeah, DevOps group. Okay. You can also add the user to the DevOps group. So what I'll do, there's a command called user mod. So user modification. These are all commands related to user administration. Okay, so if you will be a system admin or someone like cloud administrator, or like you will be using these commands. So user mod -g means I want to add that user to the group. Okay, which group I want to add? DevOps. And what is the user? Who is the user? Pankaj. Okay. So Pankaj is added to the DevOps group. Now, if you see ID Pankaj, can you see the group which Pankaj belongs to? User ID of Pankaj is 1002. Group ID of Pankaj is 1003. That is DevOps. If you see ID and Jitendra, so as of now, Jitendra belong to his group, Jitendra group only. He has not been added to the DevOps group. So you can add him, like you can add him using user mod command. Now he is added to the DevOps group. Now if you run this id Jitendra command, it will show user ID 1001, group ID 1003, that is DevOps. It is similar what we were doing in identity management. In there we are using creating users and groups. So here also, like we can create different users and groups. Now a user belongs to how many groups? There is one more command called group and say Pankaj. So Pankaj belongs to DevOps group. Jiten belongs to DevOps group. Azure user. So Azure user belongs to same group as of now. If you want to know how many users are there in a particular group, as of now, I'm not writing commands because we lost already the time. So I'll write it later. I'll update it in the file. Okay. So if you want to know how many users are there in a group, so there's a command called lid list id. Lid means list id. Okay. -g, and say I want to know users in DevOps. So DevOps group. Command lid not found can be installed. Okay, apt install id utils. So whatever it is not installed, it will tell you. Okay, you can install. Not able to locate apt, sorry, apt update the package. So since we created a new machine, we haven't updated our package. We're just updating now. Okay. Now this is installing. Now you can use that id command, list IDs. So like people who already work in Linux, they might not face any problem, but people who have not worked, so please practice every day. lid -g DevOps. Invalid G option, what is giving? Wait. So whenever you stuck somewhere, you can do like this, -help. Okay. This will give you all the options. So I want to list self-definition, frequency, result key, substring word. File. So as of now, I don't know if G option works with this Ubuntu. In Red Hat, it works. I've seen that. Not working. I'll find out and update in the notepad. Okay, let's move with another command. Now, what if I want to lock some user? So I'll do user mode -L, which is lock, and I'll lock Jitendra. Now user Jitendra is locked. Now what will happen if you go to cat and shadow? So as I have logged Jitendra, there should be an extra exclamation mark here. Maybe like we have not set the password for Jitin, that's why it is showing here, but it shows an extra exclamation mark over here. Okay, so that exclamation mark, whenever we put lock in some user, that is that shows an exclamation mark. As of now, we have not set the password for Azure user or Jitendra user or Pankaj user. That's why it is showing here. Okay, so this will show some exclamation mark.
Maybe as you said, we have to create that password, right? They're
Yes.
using PPK.
Yes, not PPK. Here only you can. I'll tell you how to set the password. Okay, after this. So here exclamation mark will be added, and user Jitendra will not be able to log in because I have logged the user. That's why. To unlock it, there is a command called user mod -u, unlock. L means lock, -u means unlock, and Jitendra. Unlocking the user's password would result in a passwordless account. You should set a password with user mod -p to unlock this user password. Okay, so it is giving you a warning. Means if you unlock this, will result in a passwordless account. So you should set a password with user mod -p to unlock this user's password. See this user -p. I want to set it for Jitendra. Okay.
Unlock the user account -, unlock.
Pardon?
No, I was reading the unlock the user account.
Hmm. -p is there. -p small p. New login unlock. See, as you can see here, it is given for U for unlock and L for lock. Okay. G for group, A for append inactive. Where is small p? We're giving us a user mode small p. User mode login. Use encrypted password.
Uh,
What is now? So we have to hide this up. So append. Hmm. Hmm. Actually, for some commands, Ubuntu works differently with Red Hat. I mostly practice or have done the things in Red Hat only. So that's why I used to see okay, whether the command will work here or not. In Red Hat, that command works. Okay, I think with the Jitendra user now I can. Can you see I've logged in with the Jitendra user, like Su-Jitendra. Okay. Now maybe I'm able to set the password. Hmm. Now current password means we have not set the password yet, so we have to see that.
Abhishek, once this is done, can we note down the steps, please? Because
Yeah.
it'll confuse. I mean, we can have the same names also.
No steps are there, just the commands only.
Commands only, like SU, I mean, hyphen Jitendra, like previously there were so many others.
Yeah,
So
so
we missed out.
I'm noting down all the commands like on the daily basis. So I'll note it
No,
down.
not this. I mean, now what we were doing, right? That one.
We'll be noting down, na?
Right, right.
Why you are worried?
No, just I was confused.
No, I'll be noting. Why I'm noting down now? Because we have already started late. So that's why.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
I cannot see this. I have to switch to the root user. With this setting in the password, I'll tell you because I'm not sure with Ubuntu. I need to check the commands. So user addition, user deletion, you can do with the same command like user add, user mod. You can modify the passwords and all. With user add, you can add the users, user delete, you can delete the user.
Okay, sir. No problem.
Yeah, because I'm not remembering it now for Ubuntu, how I need to check that. For RHEL, it's strict. Let's see if user is deleted. See, now user Jiten is deleted, but the group is not deleted. Okay. So I need to do like now if you do can you see Jitendra group is also deleted now? Okay. So if you delete a user, the group will not be removed. You have to do a group del command to delete the group also. Similarly, if you do like user delete Pankaj, and if you see now cat password file, see Pankaj is deleted, but if you cat group use Pankaj group is still exists. So what you have to do? Group del and Pankaj. Now group is also deleted. Now if you do this, see group del DevOps. Now DevOps group is also deleted. So there are like 3 to 4 commands for user administration. User add, user mod means user modification, then user del, that is user delete, and that ch change command means to change the attributes of the user. I'll update all these commands here in the notepad. Now there is a file called sudoers file. If you do an ls here, in the s section here, you will be finding a sudoers file. What is this sudoers file? So if you see that cat sudoers, so if I add any user over here, can you see this root user having all privileges? Can you see this?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Now in this sudoers, if I'll add any user, that user will be having the same privileges as root. Means he can execute any command. If I create Pankaj user and I'll add Pankaj user here in the privilege section. So what it will do? Means I am adding Pankaj to the sudoers group. Means now Pankaj will become a sudoers user and he will be having equal permissions as root user. So as of now, what we are doing, if we want to run any command, what we do, we perform like if we want to install something, we do sudo apt install this, sudo apt install this. Means we are borrowing permissions from the sudo, but still we cannot change any system file or something. Why? Because we don't have privileges to change all those things. So using sudo also we cannot change system files. But if you want someone to manage all these things, okay, to manage all these things, like it's not that I am a system admin So I'll be logging into the system using the root user. No. What any system user will do, say Pankaj and Jitendra is joining the system admin team. So what they will do, they will add Pankaj and Jitendra here in this file. So very simple, like if you do vi and sudo as. So what I'll do, we'll press and insert over here. Okay. Now, can you see this warning changing a read-only file? Why this is a read-only file? By default, this file is having a read-only permission, so that no one can change the sudoers file. For changing it, you have to enter a different command, and that command is vi sudo. You cannot directly go and open this sudoers file with, you can open, but it will be opened in read-only mode. So you will not be able to change it. But if you want to really change it, what you have to do? You have to open with vi sudo. Sorry. Now you can change it. So you don't have to do anything, just after below this line where you can see root. So below root, you have to write like this. Okay. So I'll not change here in the system file because it will create issues. So it's like this. So like here it is written root and then space and then all equal and then all, means all the permissions they have, all like this, and then space and all. Now what I have to do here in the sudoers file, if I want Jitendra or Pankaj to have all the permissions as the root user by default, so I'll go to the sudoers file, I'll do a vi sudo over there, and I'll add a user here called Pankaj. Say Pankaj is joining the system admin team. So Pankaj should be having all the permissions as the root user. So I'll add Pankaj over here. And what I'll do all equals, same thing. What is there for root? Same permissions. All and all, like this. And all. And after saving the file, Pankaj will be having the same permissions as the root user. Similarly, if I want to add Jitendra, because Jitendra joined the system admin team, so I'll do like this, Jitendra in the same file, I'll add. So no system admin directly logs in with the root user or use the root user. Instead, all the system admins are added to this sudoers file, so that they can log in with their own username, but they will be having same permissions as the root user. So now if I add this, Jitendra will also be having the same permissions as the root user, like this. Got it? How to give the permission. So normal users will never be added to the sudoers file. Only the system admins and cloud admins, they can be added here.
Abhishek, where is that sudoers file? Can you show that once?
Yeah. So inside the etc. So since etc contains, wait, Okay, let me
How to get into this?
wait. Sorry. Hmm. So we are inside the CTC, inside the root directory, inside the ETC, inside root directory. Inside ETC, if you do an ls, so you will find all the directories which are related to system, all the files, system files. So, where is that? This password file contains all the users. This group file contains all the groups. This cron tab contains all the This cron tab is just like scheduler, task scheduler in your Windows. Have you used task scheduler in Windows?
Yes, yes.
Sure. Similarly, there is a cron tab. Now, cron tab is a kind of service which schedules the job. Okay, so this is cron tab. This is password. This is sudoers. Sorry, this is shadow. Shadow will contain all the passwords of the user. Then there is sudoers. Sudoers file will be having all the permissions regarding root user. So if you want someone, this is the sudoers file. If you want someone to have the same permission as the root user, you need to add that person to the sudoers file. And directly doing vi sudo, vi means editor, right? Vi sudoers. This will not let you add. Why? Because this file is by default created as a read-only file. You don't have permissions. So what you have to do, if you want to add to the sudoers file, some person to the sudoers file, then you have to perform vi sudo command. Now you can add. So as of now, I'm not adding, so I'll press Ctrl X to exit. So each and everything related to the system, related to users, related to groups, related to profiles, everything is inside this etc. Each and every file, system file, user file, group file, all those things.
Okay. Can you add this above statement also there?
I'll add everything. No worries. I'll add. So
Right.
whatever modules are there, then networks, okay. Then OS release. You can see with the OS release file, you can tell all the things about this operating system. Which version, everything. See, name is Ubuntu, version is 20.04.6 LTS, focal fossa, ID is Ubuntu, IT like Debian, pretty name Ubuntu 20.04, version 20.04, home URL this, support URL this, bug report URL this, privacy policy this you will get here. Version code name is focal, Ubuntu code name is focal. Everything you will get, every detail about operating system. Host. So if you see host file, all host, all routers, all nodes, everything you can see in the host file. So there is a host.allow file. As of now, I think there will be nothing in the host.allow. So in the host.allow, you have to allow like port 80, HTTP, TCP, all these things you have to allow if you want. Okay. As of now, there is no list. But if you add TCP, if you add or this HTTP, HTTPS, all things you can find here in the host.allow.
These are similar to that proxy settings in Windows, right? Which we allow or which we given.
Yes. So as we have said, like we have seen NSG, right?
Okay.
So in the NSG, we allow and deny like inbound and outbound rules, right?
Right.
Similarly, here you can do
Okay.
host.allow, host.deny. Whatever you have to deny, you can add in
Right.
host.deny.
Okay.
Okay, all these things. So when you will be handling the networking part, you will be needing these files: networks, host, host name, host allow, host deny, all these things. Whenever you will be handling users, so you will be handling the file password, shadow, group. These files you will be handling. For network, you will be handling these files. For configuration, there's a conf file, like see certificates.conf. So have you seen like when you access something, you have the certificates in Windows, right? So you are hosting something, you are accessing some website. So by default, there is a certificate for that. Right or wrong? Where you have seen in the Windows, the certificates and all. So similarly, here in the configuration file, you can have certificates. Then this bash rc file. Now this bash rc file is for root directory. We are also having a bash rc file for normal user, but that is in the home directory, not here. Okay. And whatever these white files you are seeing, these are hidden. Means normal user cannot see these. Normal user will see these directories only. This you can see whatever
Blue color, huh?
blue ones are there. Yes. They will not see this shadow. They will not see password. They will not see host name, host allow. They will not see this until unless they are added to the sudoers file. They will not see sudoers also. So whatever is in white, they are all the hidden files. Only root user can see. So if you can see, I am already logged in as root user. So that's why I'm able to see this. Or access this. Then there is this FS tab. This is also having some meaning. I'll tell you. I don't remember as of now. FS tab is an important file. Let's see. Cat FS tab. This contains all the things that you mask value and all. Mount auto default cloud config. So this FS tip contains all the configuration about the cloud. Since this is a machine in the cloud, so they are having that configuration, FS tab. Then font is there, console setup, cron D. Cron D is a service for cron tab. Cron D is a service for cron tab. Okay. Then init. So whenever you install something, sometimes like if I install Git. So what I have to do for creating a local repository or starting some code or something, I have to initialize, right? So that is this init. This init contains all the functions regarding that.
Is that something like startup or
A startup, you can say, or initialize. Okay. System log configuration. There are like some files, like 8 to 10 files, which are used. Services. Okay. If you do cat services over here, you can see the services which are run. You can see the ports, on which port which service is running.
protocol also?
Yes. So someone like ask you like, okay, on which port, which service is running. You can see from here.
Abhishek, in init, as you said, Git, no? Can you show us where exactly we can add, like after opening? So, for example, Git, you said git.start or init.
You see how you do in your local or Windows. If you have done, you create a project, right?
Right.
If there is a .NET project, how you do? So you create a folder.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after creating a folder, that folder, then you go to the Visual Studio Code, and then you create a project, like,
Right.
yeah. So same way, that is initializing a project. Here, if you want to initialize, all those things are responsible with that init file. Nine four one eight is the
Git running.
this
Port.
port. Yeah. There are, so you can see whatever the port is there, what port is allocated, what port is not allocated,
Yes.
all those things. Okay. But there is a command which will show you which port is not allocated, or you can use that port. I'll tell you that command also. Right. Okay. So as of now, if you want to see these ports and all, protocols and all, you can go with this. Where is that? Services file. You can do cat services. It will display each and everything. See SNMP. There will be a SMTP also. Can you see port number 25 by default for mailing service, SMTP. Port number 80 will be for HTTP. Where is 80? Can you see this? Port number 443 will be for HTTPS. Can you see this? Port number what else? FTPS 990, file transfer protocol. Can you see this 3389? for Windows Server. You can log in to Windows machine through Linux machine also. Then 3306 MySQL. What is the port for MS SQL? 3306 is for MySQL. What is port for MS SQL? 1433. Microsoft SQL Server. See, HTTP web 8080 app server. So if you install Tomcat and all, you will be having port 8080 by default.
Okay, sir, can we keep it till here?
Yeah, sure. So all these things you can use that command or cat service, and you can see what are the services, what are the protocols and all.
Yeah. So tomorrow we'll start shell scripting fresh, right?
Yeah, now all the commands are finished. Shell scripting will be there. There's one more command called SCP command. Secure copy between servers. SCP. Okay, means if you are having two servers, you can copy file from one server to other server using SCP command. I'll write in the notepad. Okay, and then we'll start with that shell scripting now. I'll write
Okay.
all the commands,
Okay.
just practice those. Okay. Hello.
Yes, we yeah.
So that's it for today.